I am your Friday guy for 7 trans guys. So this video is just basically about getting to know me. So I'm just gonna give you a little bit about myself, and then I will go into some of the questions that I've been pretty prepared. So like I said, my name is Aiden. I am 5 weeks on my second round of testosterone. Meaning, so I was on testosterone from September to December of 2013. I was off of it for a year and a half due to a whole bunch of reasons that were outside of my control. So in combination with already starting testosterone and having polycystic ovary syndrome, I slowly was maintaining this testosterone level, if that makes any sense. And then I got back on T 5 weeks ago. So, which explains 5 weeks on T, but a whole lot of facial hair. And yeah, born and raised in Texas. Don't see myself leaving anytime soon. But we'll see where I get led with that. And also, I am a college graduate. I am a videographer and photographer. So that's what my degree is in. I actually am the videographer for a documentary series called I Am the T, which is a series that basically we're traveling around the world and filming the stories of trans masculine identified guys around the world, and what their stories are and what their experiences are in their particular countries. So last November I was in Norway filming that one. We're gonna be going to a bunch of places. I know we're going to Germany, Malaysia, the Philippines, Soto, and the team's about to go to Canada in a couple of weeks. So yeah, that's what I do. That's what I'm up to on a regular basis. Do I want kids or do I have any? I do not have any kids, thank God. I do want some in the future. More than likely I will adopt in the future. There's a lot of kids out there that don't have parents that are already here. I would like to have my own biological children. However, especially growing up with having PCOS and having the understanding that there's kind of a high chance that I won't have my own kids. So even though I wish I could have my own biological kids, I don't see it happening. So I'll probably just adopt, but a lot of that also has to deal with conversations with, my future spouse. So, piercings or tattoos. So, only piercings I have are the lobe piercings, one on each side. And I have 2 tattoos. One is, I don't know if you can see it with the light, but it's right there. It's a religious tattoo, which will eventually become part of a whole entire half sleeve of religious tattoos. And, I have a second one that I'd rather not talk about. What is most important to you in your life? God is the most important to me in my life. And then I guess followed by that would be family. And the way I look at family is not just blood family, but like I consider my best friends as family to me as well. Especially my top 3 best friends, Mackenzie, Ashley, and Daniel. I might get in trouble for that order later, because Ashley and Daniel. Anyways, yeah, so, and that's kind of my view on family, but yeah, I guess that would be my answer to that. God and then family are most important to me in my life. Things you're most insecure about. I would say my chest. 3 fears. Okay, I'm pretty good with bugs, but if you put a cockroach in front of me, you would not see me for a week. Especially the ones that fly, because you don't know where they're going, and you don't know when they're going to take off, and then you usually don't know if they fly until they actually start flying. I'm not going to get that close to actually inspect if it has wings or not. So, yeah. So cockroaches is my number 1. Heights is my number 2. I'm already short enough as it is, so getting me that far off of the ground, it doesn't help. So it's pretty easy. I just don't like heights. And my 3rd one is death of loved ones. I actually lost my grandfather a couple of months ago, so that was a fear that I had to face head on, and it's just a fear that I don't like to face, but I know that, I mean, I'm going to have to face it because, let's be honest, people die and whatnot, and your loved ones will die. And I know that sounds kind of morbid, but I mean, it's the truth of life, and it's fear that I'm just gonna have to repeatedly deal with. So, yeah. Describe yourself in 3 words. It's actually gonna be 4. I like to consider the last 2 similar to each other. So I'm creative, stubborn, and sassy and sarcastic. So that's my 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, that's my 2 words to describe me. When did you come out as transgender? So I came out as transgender November 22nd of 2012. I know it's very specific. I actually consider that date to be the day that I started my personal journey with this, and being who I really am. So that was really, I consider that basically the day I decided that I came out to myself and I'm gonna make this transition. That was my decision date. And after that, I started coming out to people, so I just kind of consider that my start date. Would you label yourself as transgender or just male? I personally label myself as just male. Always just kind of felt male, whether I presented that way or not, or whether, you know, because of whatever reason. However, this is where my life gets a little bit tricky. So obviously I'm on a channel with trans guys talking about my trans experience. I talk about my trans experience to college classes every now and again. I'm not necessarily 100% stealth in terms of I do tell certain people, I do share that experience. However, in certain spaces online and in certain environments, I am not open about it. I work for churches. I am very big into ministry. That's what I hope to go into full time at one point. So at this time, since it's not safe for me to be 100% open and say, hey, I'm transgender, I am not 100% open. So you'll see me on Instagram and you'll see me on Facebook not be 100% open about it. Or, you know, and I'm not, it's not like I'm lying or hiding for, you know, about it. If someone were to ask me, I'll be, you know, pretty straight up and honest with them. But for my safety, I'm not 100% open about it. But in a personal view, I just kind of just show myself as male. But yeah, like I said, I'm stealth on Instagram and Facebook, not on YouTube and Tumblr. But and like I said, that's all for safety. It's not like I'm just trying to deny who I am or not to admit that I am really trans. So, favorite food? Chicken Parmesan. Specifically the crusted chicken Romano from the Cheesecake Factory. Something that bothers me. Okay, so I'm actually going to tell you 2 things that really bother me. For other people, it really bothers me when guys wear flip-flops and sandals. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, I get it if you're going to the beach or if you're going to the pool. However, if you're just if you're just walking down the street, going to the mall, and you have flip-flops on, I'm not gonna sit there and judge you, but it just bothers me. And it's not girls in flip-flops don't bother me. It's just guys, and I don't know. And it's probably one of the weirdest things about me. And there's a lot of weird things about me, but I don't know. That's just something that kind of irks me. On a personal level, though, I guess something that really bothers me is, you know, eating meat off a bone. So if you give me a piece of fried chicken, I will not eat it. Unless, I mean, if I'm hungry enough, I'll eat it. But if I have a choice, I will not eat anything off the bone. I don't know what that's about either, but I'm just weird, and at least I can admit it, you know? 5 things that you love. Okay, so God, family and friends, music, and I'll tell you now, my top three bands are 21 Pilots, Fall Out Boy, and Panic! At the Disco. Judge me if you must on that. Superman. I am a huge Superman. What the fuck? Huge Superman fanatic. Half my wardrobe is probably Superman t-shirts. So yeah, Superman's my thing. And number 5, probably be visual storytelling. So like I said earlier, I'm a videographer and I like telling people stories, whether they be for a publication or whether they're just there, put on my personal use or whatnot. But that's my thing. I love visual storytelling. I really just love hearing people's stories and where they've come from and how their experiences have shaped them as a person. So yeah. Most prized possession. Okay, so my most prized possession, and it's multiple. It's 2 different categories. Tied between Callie, Dean, and Sam. Okay, and they're not people. I promise. Callie is my DSLR camera that I have. Like I said, to do the storytelling and pictures that I do for work, and I just kind of consider Callie my little media baby. And Sam is my acoustic violin, so like the regular violin that most people see that people play in orchestras. I've had him for 11 years, and Dean is my electric violin that I just got within the past couple of weeks. So you can call me crazy for all you want for naming them and kind of treating them like they're my children, but they are definitely my prized possessions, and I take care of them, and they are my favorite things in the world. So yeah, whatever. I don't like talking about myself to begin with, but if I were to stand up here and say, hey, I don't have any talents and move on with this, I'm going to get a lot of angry messages from a lot of my friends and a lot of people saying, what the heck, you are the most talented person ever, and people tell me it all the time, and I really don't believe it. But, I mean, any talent, like I keep saying, I'm a videographer, photographer, and I play the violin. I also play guitar, piano, drums. I pretty much play any string instrument that I can get my hands on. I play bass guitar. So, yeah, those would be my talents. Birthday and zodiac sign. So my birthday is August the 4th, and my zodiac sign is Leo. 3 habits you have. I don't know if I can come up with 3. I have a lot of habits, so of course when you're asked a question, you can't come up with an answer. I would say 3 habits that I have. At least 2. I'll tell you at least 2 that are coming to mind. I'm a huge procrastinator. Huge procrastinator. And you'll see throughout this whole entire video, I like to say a lot. And even though I've made videos a lot telling my story, it does not change. It's not changed at all. So, working on it, but that's a habit that I have. I can't think of a 3rd one for you, so I'm sure we'll figure one out later for you. Future goals. So I said earlier that I want to work in ministry. My future goal is to start seminary next August, so that we'll have another year. I'm going to go in to either be a deacon or a pastor with a specialization into video ministry, which is a kind of a huge thing for me to be transgender, and for me, 1, to even be able to go to seminary, and 2, be able to serve. So yeah, most people probably wouldn't expect that of me, but I already have people calling me Pastor Aiden, which I'm not sure how I feel about that whatsoever. So we'll see about that. Top surgery. I want actually, in order for me to continue working where I am the T, I have to have top surgery, and that's not like a job requirement. It's a passport requirement, because in order for me to change my gender marker, in Texas, I have to have at least 1 surgery, and in order for me to get my passport permanently fixed to male, I have to show that I've changed my gender legally. So in order to change my gender legally in Texas, I have to have surgery. So I have a year to have surgery for the most part, and to get all my documents in so I can continue to do filming for I Am the T and be able to tell y'all stories. Whew. So, if that's not stressful with my income, more like lack thereof income because I'm currently in between jobs, is, yeah. But yeah, outside of that, those are my two future goals, full-time ministry and working on my top surgery. At least that's what I see in the next couple of years. I mean, far off down the line, I do expect myself, or see myself getting married. Yeah, that's just kind of what my future goals are for now. Anyways, I know that's a lot of information about me, but that's me. That's a condensed version of me and my craziness and ridiculousness. But yeah, so I will see you next Friday. I will see you every Friday after that. And I hope each and every one of you have a awesome weekend, and next week. Bye.